We are.
It's not very big, though.
How do we make it bigger?
How do we make it bigger? I don't know. She said she was going to text us if it was on.
It's, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Got it.
No, that's not what I want to do.
How do you click on that and see if it gets bigger? One person is watching.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right there. Try that.
They can hear us.
I know. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, okay. Here we are. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we started a little bit early to ensure that we're going to start, guys. So we'll get started in a little bit. I feel like we should talk.
So Ms. Wirt and I are new at this, and I don't know how to see who's on here. We're going to look. I noticed that other teachers say hi to everybody, but I don't know how to do that.
I think she said it would scroll.
Okay.
If somebody said something to us. Did everybody like snow today? It snowed this morning. It's not even 7 yet. We were really early.
We're going to wait just a few more people to get on.
Well, we will wait till 7. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then give it a little bit of time after that. Because most people are expecting it to be 7.
People are watching.
We're so excited. Mrs. Crites has picked out a very funny story for you.
I hope you like it.
I think
We're going to start in 2 minutes. Wait just a few minutes yet.
We have nothing really that we can share with you prior to the book, starting the book. Do you have anything you want to talk to the kids about? It's a nice day at school today. It snowed this morning. I know I already said that, but it's already gone. It's kind of like winter.
So, hi boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Crites, and this is Ms. Wirt.
Hi, I'm Ms. Wirt.
We're in the reading room, and we love books, absolutely love books. And so we're so happy to be here to share with you tonight, Tucked in Tuesday. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to read you a story tonight. First of all, I know you know the story of the 3 little pigs, but do you know the story of the 3 little pigs from the wolf side of the story? I'm reading this with permission of Penguin Random House Publishers. This is called The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. And Miss Wirt's here to help me tonight. I hope you enjoy it.
We're excited.
Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs. Or at least they think they do. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. Party foul, just a minute. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. But I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw? It's kind of crooked. There we go. So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into somebody else's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. So I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great big sneeze. Ha-choo! And you know what? That whole straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, laying still as could be with his tail in the air. He'd been home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it all up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar, so I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Ding dong. Nobody answered. So I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back at me.
Go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin.
I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed. I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great big sneeze. Choo! And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down, just like his brother's. And when the dust cleared, there was that second little pig laying still as could be with his tail in the air. Wolf's honor. Now, you know, food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was starting to get awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better. But I still didn't have that cup of sugar from my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. Now this guy was the first and the second guy's big brother. He must have been the brains in the family. He'd built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered?
Out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again.
Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me even one little cup for my dear sweet old Granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming back on. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed again. Achoo! Then that third little pig yelled at me.
And your old Granny can sit on a pin.
Now, I'm usually pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, well, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down this pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing. Achoo! Achoo! And I was just making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me into the big, bad wolf. That's it. The real story. I was framed. Maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. The end.
I wouldn't.
We hope you enjoyed our story of the true story of the 3 little pigs.
We sure had fun tonight. We can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a good night, okay?
Bye-bye, boys and girls.
We love you guys.